Drive with Lindsay McDougall on ABC Illawarra.
That's INXS on ABC Illawarra and Bitter Tears. Chris Cuffaro was on this radio show a few months ago. He had his greatest hits grunge exhibition, which was on in Sydney around April, I think. And, you may remember he was telling us things like he was there at the birth of grunge in Seattle, watching his friends become millionaires as music changed forever. He even let us know that Jesus Christ Pose by Soundgarden was actually written about one of his photos. So you know the kind of photographer we're talking about. And, he's photographed so many iconic photos. George Michael's Faith record, that's his photo. People like Elvis Costello and Iggy Pop. And now he's back in Australia, seemingly spending a lot of time here, celebrating one of our own with greatest hits, Michael Hutchence, at the Blender Gallery in Paddington from this Thursday night. And he is here right now and enjoying our beaches and cafes. Hello there, Chris.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I've seen two different stories about you and Michael. There was 1993 when you took photos. No, lovely stories.
Okay, good.
Where the photos come from. A lot of these photos, 1993, but also back in 1988. What was happening in 88?
Well, I was in the middle of the George Michael space tour, doing, flying around, doing different shows, and I got a call from a good friend, asked me to go meet the INXS in Ottawa, Canada, which I'd never been to, and to shoot them. I think it was before they started their North American leg for Kick. And they just needed some photos, some live rehearsal, because we were there for a sound check, a rehearsal, and then sound check, and this whole thing. So I spent a couple of days with them then. That's when I first met them. I didn't really know them that well. Loved the music, loved the band, but I didn't know them.
What was it like being part of that juggernaut?
Well, I have to say that, one, I was a big fan, so getting the opportunity, for my whole career, getting the opportunity to meet people you like was always the best part of the job. But during that time, I remember Kick was just this slow build, and it was building and building and building. And then that was towards, and George Michael already was ruling the world at the time. We had 5 hit singles off of one album. Who does that anymore? The INXS had 5 hit singles off of one album.
You're on two juggernauts concurrently.
And then, sad to say, after that, I ended up spending some time and shooting New Kids on the Block. So it was downhill. Right?
You were hanging tough.
I peaked with INXS.
But that's, I'm talking to Chris Cuffaro, who also had the chance to shoot Michael Hutchence in 1993. Some amazing photos, including some fairly strange-looking photos that you may not know was Michael, unless you saw the context. Tell me about how all that shoot happened.
The shoot was for Detour magazine, and my best friend, Erin, who is still one of my best friends to this day, was the music editor, and she was a music writer. And we got Michael because I don't even know why he was being shot. I don't think there was an album out or anything. It's just that we had this mutual friend of ours, a publicist, who knew Michael, and I think she set the whole thing up. And so it just happened, and my friend's like, "Can you come shoot Michael?" And I said, "Hell yeah." And so I knew Michael was fun and adventurous, and I knew he had a sense of humor. And so, I had that in mind. And I said, we did all these different setups. And I said to him, "Hey, how about putting a blindfold on?" And he's like, "Okay." And how about putting, this mask on? "Okay." And how about, he just laughed. We laughed the whole day. People ask me what I remember most, and I think we just laughed the whole day.
That's so nice. I mean, the mask is it's like an S&M kind of gas mask arrangement, isn't it?
I would say I call it like a BDSM leather mask. But it was more about just, at that time, and probably to this day, I always do what I consider, if you came and I shot you, I'd always do, let's get this easy stuff out of the way, and let's do the safe. So then I start throwing things at you. "Hey, can I wet you down? Hey, can I cover you in blood? Hey, can I do..." So I've always started, you get the safe stuff, you get people feeling comfortable, then you start pushing the envelope. "Hey, can I tie you up? Hey," it's that wink, wink, let's have some fun. And so, and some talent I've shot through the years, doesn't care. And they're like, "Yeah, I'll do whatever." And he was one of those. "Let's do it. Let's have fun. Let's see what happens."
Would people have seen these? Did they get printed? Did they get taken up? Like the ones wearing the mask and the
Well, there was two in the layout they used. The front opening spread we blew up the spread.
Yeah.
And you get to read the interview. The interview is crazy. You got to read the interview. I've been telling everybody that. Read the interview. And there's 2 pictures they used in that, and the rest, sat for a good while, and it wasn't really used. It was in my portfolios or whatever. But this opportunity came because I tell people, everybody basically, I've never done an exhibition where it's focused on one photo shoot. And, think about it. If you did one photo shoot, there's not, how do you fill up a gallery with one photo shoot? But this shoot was so rich in photos and setups and personality that it's obvious. I could just do the proof sheets and you'd be like, wow, the personality, what's going on in these pictures is amazing.
Richard Lowenstein has put together this really touching and eye-opening documentary, Mystify. I chatted to him about it recently. In fact, it's back on TV this weekend as part of Oz Music Month.
I'm looking forward to it because I haven't seen it.
And it talks about something that I think a lot of us didn't know. In August 1992 in Copenhagen, Michael Hutchence was hit by a taxi when he was on a bike. And this is what led to a change in personality, which close friends did notice. So did you notice, was there a darkness in Michael? Or, as you said, the thing you remember most is laughing with him?
There was zero.
Yeah.
I mean, we had fun. Like, I don't know if that's him, me, or the both, but we just laughed the whole day. My friend Aaron was there. My stylist friend of mine, Michelle, was there. And we just laughed. Rarely next year I celebrate 50 years of photography, and I always say to people, in 50 years, I can't, really say anything bad about anybody, and I can't say any, the worst story I could tell you wasn't even that bad. Like, everything's always been good,
Do you want to tell us the worst story, or is that saving for the book?
Kids on the Block thing.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Donnie Wahlberg and co.
Yeah, he was the bad one, okay?
Interesting. But as you said, 50 years of taking photos, and you're still working. I mean, you're here in town with Greatest Hits Michael Hutchence, but you're still taking photos.
I will shoot till the day I die. And I say this to all my friends. When you find out that I die, the question is never, how did he die? The question is, when was the last time he was taking pictures? And hopefully it'll be while I die, because I plan on doing this till the day I die. But like, when I'm in Sydney, I always like to shoot new talent, meet new friends, shoot new bands, and I do it all for free. I never charge anybody. I just help all these bands and all these artists. I have already like 6 shoots lined up in the next month. I like to help everybody live their dreams. I have lived mine 100 times over. And so my job now is to help everybody live their dreams. And when I can help and mentor a new band or a new singer or a new songwriter, that makes me feel good.
Or a new photographer. You're also giving a talk while you're in town on the 4th of December at Pixel Perfect Lab in Sydney. You're going to be chatting about, your stories and also how to take a good portrait, I'm guessing?
Yeah, pretty much. I've never done a talk like this that really focused on photography. I do these, talks about the shoots, what we call artist talks. I've done a bunch of those. But this one's going to be about photography and my philosophy, which is going to take all of about 5 minutes. I don't know what we're going to do the rest of the time. But I've been a natural-born teacher my whole life. You can ask anybody who's known me. I help everybody, and I teach life, lessons, whatever. My best friends tell me all the time that I should quit photography and become a life coach.
One more question, Chris. Do you have a favourite INXS song, a favourite tune or era that maybe we could go out this interview with?
Oh, my God.
I know it's a very big question to put someone on the spot with.
No. I know the song. I just got to, I'm sorry, but I got to pull up my iPod.
All right.
I'm going to tell you the song. It was on the B-side. Here we go. Hold on a second. Move On.
Move On. This is great. All right. So I am going to have to look that up.
It's a song that, I don't know, to this day just rings for me. And every time it comes on my playlist, which I play INXS a lot, it always just makes me smile.
Excellent. Well, this is it now. There you go. Requested by Chris Cuffaro, and his opening night is this Thursday, happening at the Blender Gallery in Paddington. Michael Hutchence. Greatest Hits, Michael Hutchence. Great to talk to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, man. Bye-bye.
Drive with Lindsay McDougall on ABC Illawarra.
Kick it off, another one comes along.
I've seen two different stories about you and Michael. There was 1993 when you took photos. No, lovely stories.
Okay, good.
Where the photos come from. A lot of these photos, 1993, but also back in 1988. What was happening in 88?
Well, I was in the middle of the George Michael